Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Alhamdulillah wa salatu wa salam ala Rasulullah. We continue reading from Imam Al-Ghazali's Jawah al-Quran wa the Juz of the Quran and its pairs. In this session, we'll read verses 125 and 126. The very last session, we ended with 116. This is of Surah An-Nisa, the chapter on women. In between 116 and 125, Imam Al-Ghazali, of course, he did not select these verses, but I think we have a very important verse that we cannot simply ignore it, and because it addresses something that we do have nowadays. And let's read 119 first, and then we'll talk about it and move on, inshallah. أعوذ بالله السميع العليم من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم ولأضلنهم ولأمنينهم ولأمرنهم فليبتكن آذان الأنعام ولأمرنهم فليغيرن خلق الله ومن يتخذ الشيطان وليا من دون الله فقد خسر خسرانا مبينا. I will certainly mislead them and delude them. Satan is making a pledge. Mislead them, mislead humanity, and delude them with empty hopes. Also, I will order them, and they will slit the ears of cattle and alter Allah's creation. The slitting the ears of cattle, this was the way they would dedicate the cattle to idols. It was a superstitious practice before Islam. The second part, فَلْيُغَيِّرُنَّ خَلْقَ اللَّهِ, they will alter, they will change Allah's creation. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala created us male and female. This thing did not exist then. There were people who would behave. It was a behavior problem in the past, not the change that we talk about. People, they misbehaved in terms of if one could say something that men and women are not supposed to look alike in Islam. Men should not imitate women. Women should not imitate men. As simple as that. But here, it was in the plan, in Satan's plan, that ultimately people will change the way Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala created them. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala created us male and female. Yes, there are those who need medical interference. They need surgeries. That's not what we talk about. Upon birth, they need help, if you will. But there, whether they are male or female, it's something is obvious in their chromosomes, in their DNA, and it's not a matter of choice. I'm talking about now about those who are fully grown up, or maybe not even, as the famous case of Elon Musk's son, who he signed, and he regrets basically. He signed the papers that his son would change his sex into a female. Of course, these operations do not change one's nature. A woman who went through a surgery regrets. She basically changed her mind. It was probably under the pressure of uh, teenage pressure from her friends or the larger community, and now she regrets after uh, she changed her mind and she want to really to lead her life as a female, but she knows that though she can become pregnant, she cannot breastfeed her children. She simply she altered Allah's creation. And there are men who would go through operations to look like a woman. They'll take, of course, uh, hormones for the rest of their lives. This is altering God's creation. We are male and female and nothing else. Today, you talk about more than literally, you check how many genders, as they call them, out there, and they keep creating more and more genders. Something absolutely goes beyond our wildest imagination. We talk about cisgender, bigender, transgender, intersex, non binary, all these. Most probably I've seen lists with tens of these genders. No, we are male and female and nothing else. This is the work of Satan. It might not be today a popular thing to say, uh, but rest assured that it only leads to more and more trouble. It does not solve. It does not solve anything. This is Satan's way. Verse 121, يعدهم ويمنيهم, meaning Satan. وما يعدهم الشيطان إلا غرورا. Satan only makes them false promises and deludes them with empty hopes, empty promises. Truly, Satan promises them nothing but delusion. It is they who will have hell as their home, and they will find no escape from it. Verse 123, still on the way to verse 125. ليس بأمانيكم ولا أماني أهل الكتاب من يعمل سوءا يجز به ولا يجد له من دون الله وليا ولا نصيرا. Divine grace, uh, acceptance, success, making it to paradise, being forgiven, being elevated in the sight of God, neither by your wishes nor those of the people of the book. It's not up to the Muslims, it's not up to the people of the book. Whoever commits evil will be rewarded accordingly, and they will find no protector or helper besides Allah. ومن يعمل من الصالحات من ذكر أو أنثى وهم مؤمن فأولئك يدخلون الجنة ولا يظلمون نقيرا. But those who do good, whether male or female, and have faith will enter paradise and will never be wronged, even as much as the speck of a date stone. By saying that it's not up to us, of course, it's not up to us today and tomorrow and after tomorrow and the day of judgment. It's not up to us, not up to the people of the book. And the fact that they came before us historically as a community of believers originally, this is an important question theologically. Those who were true believers of their own prophets, inshallah, they will be true believers. They did everything that is required of us today as Muslims. It was required of them at the time. That would be fine. And we say true believers, think about it. You have to be Uh, a true monotheist. Just to give you an example, I was watching a videotape. Sometimes we jump immediately to the concept of Trinity. No, this time it's something that will might be a surprise that this is a serious issue. I was watching a video on YouTube. Uh, it was a lecture at the Shalom Hartman Institute in West Jerusalem, and the speaker said that the children of Israel crowned God as their God in during after they left Egypt in the Sinai Peninsula during these 40 years of dwelling in the desert. They crowned God. So he made this statement. None in the audience uh, objected. Crowning God meaning that you are really higher. When you crown someone, you are holding a higher position. This is not, even if you say God is one and there is, that he does not have a son or this is a no. And it's anything but modest theology. And I think there is a serious problem with the notion of being seeing yourself as a community above all other communities. At any rate, the fact that we believe in all the prophets, but this is really what we have in terms of uh, this is the last phase, the last message, the in the history of revelation, Islam, that is the Quran, and by definition, everything else, like the Sunnah, it's part of the Quran. وَمَا آتَاكُمُ الرَّسُولُ فَخُذُوهُ وَمَا نَهَاكُمْ عَنْهُ فَانْتَهُوا. Whatever the Prophet brought you, take it. Whatever he had prohibited you, do refrain from doing. So we believe in that which came before, but the Quran is the judge, is the ultimate message. Once there was a new prophet, another prophet sent, then the others have no choice but to believe in the new prophet. So those who believed in Prophet Moses, for example, when Jesus Christ was sent, they had to believe in him. And once Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, was sent, then everyone, the Jews and the Christians, of course, God sent the Prophet Muhammad ﷺ to show humanity. This is the last message. It is universal. It's not to the stray sheep of the children of Israel, as the message of the prophecy of Jesus Christ, peace be upon him. And who is better in faith than those who fully submit themselves to Allah? ومن أحسن دينا ممن أسلم وجهه لله ومحسن واتبع ملة إبراهيم حنيفا واتخذ الله إبراهيم خليلا. And who is better in faith than those who fully submit themselves to Allah, do good, and follow the way of Abraham, the upright, Hanifa. Allah chose Abraham as a close friend. Abraham, peace upon him, was neither Jew nor Christian. And if we talk about that which is Abrahamic, then we go back to that which is the true faith, the true monotheism, and true submission to the will of God. To Allah alone belongs whatever is in the heavens and whatever is on the earth, and Allah is fully aware of everything. There is one aspect of the Those who commit evil, they will be rewarded accordingly. Uh, People will be subjected, Muslim or non Muslim. They might go through tribulations. They might go through what we go through. I mean, it could be pain, it could be the prick of a thorn, it could be a car accident, could be sickness, it could be losing a relative, it could be losing property, as we see right now, witnessing the what is unfolding in the Gaza Strip. The On the one hand, uh, this is not a discussion about whether what's going on fits the concept of genocide, because no one has an exclusive uh, right to the use of the term, or you cannot deny it others. And there's ethnic cleansing, and there's 2 million people who shiver in the cold. No hospitals, no more hospitals functioning in the northern part of the Gaza Strip, etc. Uh, so, starvation as a policy, indiscriminate killing, people go through a lot. And for a people that went through a lot themselves, they should have refrained from doing this. They went through a lot, and they should refrain. So people go through physical uh, hardships, they go through psychological hardships. For the Muslim, it could be a cleansing. Um, these tribulations, what people go through, they could be cleansing or elevating one's status. But at any rate, if we just mention one or two prophetic traditions about this, the Prophet ﷺ said, uh, whatever befalls the Muslim, tiredness, sickness, sadness, distress, except that God will uh, wipe with that from his sins. It's almost like you go through certain notion of penance. And this is narrated by both Al-Bukhari and Muslim. And another hadith that was narrated by Imam Muslim. Whatever befalls, part of it, whatever befalls the Muslim is kafara that will for the sins that one does, even the thorn it pricks him, and the tribulation that befalls him, that will basically so that you will leave this life cleansed. It's not that one would seek sickness, but whatever people go through, this is for the Muslim. So uh, one's faith is extremely. It is the cornerstone. Without that, it doesn't work. There's a story about Sufyan Thawri. Imam Ghazali mentions this in Ihya Ulumuddin, in the book of Fear and Hope, that when it was time for Sufyan Thawri, when he was dying, he was worried, he was afraid, and we talk about Sufyan Thawri as one of the most important Muslim scholars, and they told him, just have hope. And he said that only if I could be assured that my faith was intact, in the sense of uh, he was not worried. He was not worried about sins. He said they are good. They could be forgiven. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will forgive them, because he knew that only one sin cannot be forgiven, which is shirk. And this is something serious. And I call on people to rethink where they are, because they could have simply been handed down the a theological construct that is really man-made. One should try to have the his or her faith in God without any blemishes, inshallah. Suffice it, inshallah, for this session. In the next one, it is about, I would say, woman's right or rights, and especially in the context of marriage. This is verse 129, and of course, this is Surah An-Nisa. It's a very appropriate thing to speak about this. Until the next session, inshallah. Subhanakallah wa hamdik. Ashhadu an la ilaha illa anta astaghfiruka wa atubu ilaik. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah wa barakatuh.